standing with them when it counts.
We all got to watch pretty much his last goodbye right before we were notified he was gone. Without the USO, it wouldn't be possible for me and my children to watch Jared tell us that he loves us. These are memories that we'll have forever.
Be a part of their journey. Learn more today at USO.org.
Questions plus the Continental Tire Coach's Corner with Jones and Coach Williams upon our return to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show from Learfield.
This year, Santa wants you to be specific on your wish list. So don't just ask for a new phone, ask for it on Verizon. Because a gift is only as good as the network it's on. And Verizon is America's most awarded network ever. That's why more people count on it. Oh, Santa also wants you to put out gluten-free cookies.
Prepare to have your mind blown by Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste lasers.
Can we cut all that? That's not going to convince anyone. Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. And none of this noise is going to convince you that Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste, because the only thing that'll make you believe that is trying it yourself.
And lasers!
No lasers. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Hi, this is Larry Fedora, head football coach of the Tar Heels. You or someone you know could literally be the cure for someone with a blood cancer or disease like sickle cell by donating marrow. Be the Match needs more people to sign up for the Marrow Registry. It's easy to join. You just need to be between the ages of 18 to 44, healthy and willing to help any patient. Young adults are especially needed, so think about who you know and help spread the word to those willing to save someone's life.
Visit bethematch.org/Tar Heels to learn more.
I know what I want from my energy company. I want to know that my power is always on and that my energy is cleaner, safer, and affordable. That's why as a Duke Energy lineman, I'm working hard to make that possible. I feel honored to serve our community. It's a good feeling knowing that I'm helping to build a smarter, reliable energy future for all of us, for my family and for yours.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Ranking among the nation's top teams year after year means you're always preparing for the next big challenge. At Koch Industries, we challenge ourselves every day to help improve household technologies, energy efficiency, access to clean water, and much more. For the team at Koch, the quest for better never stops. See for yourself at kochchallenge.com.
We've reached it, the point where the only way to make Tuesdays any better is by having more boneless wings. That's why here at Buffalo Wild Wings, we've invented Boneless Tuesdays. It's a celebration where if you order boneless wings at full price, you'll get another of the same size for free. This works for dine-in or takeout. Every little bit counts. And on Tuesdays, every boneless wing counts as two. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Prices and participation vary. Valid only on Tuesdays while supplies last. Tax and gratuity extra. Additional restrictions apply. See participating location for details.
This year, Santa wants you to be specific on your wish list. So don't just ask for a new phone, ask for it on Verizon. Because a gift is only as good as the network it's on. And Verizon is America's most awarded network ever. That's why more people count on it. Oh, Santa also wants you to put out gluten-free cookies.
Bojangles is excited to once again sponsor the Bojangles 100-point special. This year, when the Heels score 100 points at home, Bojangles will offer the 100-point special to each customer that includes 2 sausage biscuits for $1 at each participating Bojangles the day after the game. There's no ticket required. Just make sure to ask for the 100-point special. It's Bo time. Also time to answer some of your Carolina questions. Eric, of course, rejoins us here. Adam Lucas, courtside as well. First question, Eric, comes from Joseph Rawlings, who writes, how do you think the Tar Heels will use Cam Johnson once he returns to the lineup with all the juggling and moving and shaking that has to take place?
Well, I think it's a very good question, but I think you can figure it out. I mean, I think that there's time that Kenny Williams will be, look, these guys will want to play 35 minutes a game. The coach won't have them play that much. You'd really like to get them down in the 20s, and so you start to parcel out some of the time that Theo has, some of the time that Kenny has. I think that there's a very effective way to blend him into the lineup and continue to get scoring. And right now, that's the thing that Carolina really needs. I don't think he's going to come in and steal anybody's starting spot right out of the blocks. I think he's going to have to work for it, and I think that's what he would expect and what others would expect. But particularly with the benefit, with all the good that Kenny's done, that's kind of the thing that's on the docket right now, is you're going to have to play your way into taking that spot. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cameron will come in and be a very good complementary scorer for this team that'll make us a lot better.
The interesting thing for both you guys, even though your minutes might go down, your productivity and your efficiency could likely go up.
Yeah, right. And that's something that, Adam, I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I know that we try and fit a lot of pieces together and watch a lot of players and watch their productivity during times on the court. Think about Kenny Williams and think about Luke May, both of whom are in great shape. They can really play, but there are other guys on this court that could use a few minutes off here and there.
Well, and I think the thing you got to kind of keep in the back of your mind with Coach Williams is he has said before and has acted on saying this, he loves bringing offense off the bench. He used to talk about it with Danny Green all the time, and how he loves the option to bring a guy in who might hit 2 or 3 threes in a row, kind of demoralize the other team because they think they're getting a break because the starter goes out. No, here comes this guy who drops 8 or 10 on you real fast. I think that could be a Cam Johnson slot potentially, as he tries to figure out the best way to mix them all together for the long run.
Well, and I'll just add this, Dave, is that the other thing you do is you bring in size. And Cam Johnson, you got size. We watched him in the preseason against in the exhibition game, and what you immediately saw is that he had size and ability to defend. Now, certainly I think his greatest asset is his shooting. But, again, you got to be able to score to win games. And so you're never going to worry about having too much offense. And I think Cam is a type of young man that will embrace this opportunity.
I think it'll be beneficial that he's been able to watch this team play the way that they play, because I think somewhere in his mind he thought, I'm going there to shoot.
Yeah.
Well, what he's seen from the bench is you better get ready to jive on the floor and defend, or else you're not getting off that bench. And so I think this month will be beneficial for him in that way.
One other quick question from Carter Cox. 11 days between now and the next game. A lot of practice, a lot of exams. Where can Carolina get better?
Yeah, there won't be as much practice as Roy Williams would like. There'll be a lot of run and shoots because of exams, and the coaches will use it for recruiting. I think there's nothing that Carolina has mastered at this point in the year, and Coach Williams has still got stuff he wants to put in. So I think you'll see a few more complex offensive sets and maybe add in a wrinkle or two defensively.
All right, that'll do it for our Q&A segment as we toss things over to Jones, who's with Coach Williams for this installment of the Continental Tire Coaches Corner. It's brought to you by Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. For a dealer near you, just go to ContinentalTire.com.
It's the final game before the exam break for the Tar Heels. It comes tonight against Western Carolina, and I'm inside the Continental Tire Coaches Corner with the head coach of the Heels, Roy Williams. And, Coach, tonight does mark the end of what has been a long and busy stretch for your team. What do you think have been the most encouraging things maybe that you've learned about your squad, and what are some of the concerning parts about the Tar Heels right now after this long stretch?
I don't know if we've got enough time to talk about all that, Jones, but I think the encouraging thing is I think they're starting to understand how important the defensive end of the floor is and how we need to get better there. I've been very pleased with how unselfish we've played. I've been very pleased with how we've tried to run nowhere near as well as I want us to run, but we've tried. But I think the biggest concerns are still guarding the ball, defending the rim, especially big guy on big guy inside.
To that point about the defense, Coach, you said you saw some encouraging progress in the Tulane game on Sunday, really allowed you guys out to a big lead early.
Well, it did. I think we did some good things. They still made some shots. You know, they're gifted offensively, as I told you in the pregame show before the game against Tulane. But I think that we got them to turn it over a few times and turn that into points. We got them to take some shots that I'm sure that Mike didn't necessarily want them to take. They shoot 37%. And then we did a good job on the backboards, but we were able to get out and go up and down the court a little bit as well.
Coach, it was some of the most productive minutes of the season for Brandon Huffman on Sunday against Tulane. Nice to see your freshman big man playing well, and I kind of feel like he's the one of the three young big guys we hear the least about. Just what have you seen about Brandon so far this year?
Well, it's strange because there'll be days in practice that Sterling will be really good. Some days B. Huff will be good. Some days at Garrison will be good. But Garrison is the most consistent of all of those. And the biggest thing, as I just alluded to in the last question, we've got to find somebody that's going to be able to guard somebody in the low post. And that's the big hole in our defensive game right now. And if I had to pick one thing, which one of those guys can step forward and do a better job of that, that's going to be the guy that plays the most. But B. Huff, from 1.5 feet, he's about the best I've ever seen, because he can dunk them around anybody. And so he was able to get some of those and helped us a great deal.
Brandon and the rest of the Tar Heels will see in-state opponent Western Carolina. We'll talk about the Catamounts a little later in our pregame show.
That was part one of Jones' two-part conversation with the head coach of the Tar Heels. Coming up after this, Adam Lucas sits down with Western Carolina head coach Larry Hunter on the Reed's Jewelers pregame show from Learfield.
Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. Again, that's 287-3338.
Getting your taxes done efficiently and precisely are so important. The least mistake can hurt you terribly. Take the stress off your tax preparation this year with the professional accounting services of Roger Jolly and Central Tax Services. Central Tax offers electronic filing, multi-state returns, and what we all like, fast refunds. 44 years experience. Turn to the tax service professionals. That's Central Tax Service on Oak Street in Forest City, or give them a call at 245-0557. With today's hurry-up and undependable world, you need an insurance agency that will give you excellent service. Maxwell B. Hamrick Agency delivers the security and service that you're looking for. You'll always be in good hands with Hamrick Insurance. They offer auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. They are an independent agency with 3 locations to conveniently serve you: Main Street in Boiling Springs, Lafayette Street in Shelby, and Huntley Street in Spindale. Call Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance today at 286-2384.
Hello everyone, Jim Bishop here. It's time for WCAB to plan sports programming for the coming year, and we need to know if you're listening right now to this Tar Heel game. If you are listening to this game right now and want WCAB to continue our affiliation with the Tar Heel Sports Network in the months to come, we need to hear from you. If you support this Tar Heel broadcast, I would like for you to respond one of 2 ways to us. Go to our website, click on Contact Us, and send an email stating your desire. Or you can send a postcard to us to WCAB Post Office Box 511, Rutherfordton, 28139. No phone calls, please. Just let us know your preference. That's www.wcab59.com, or send a postcard to WCAB Post Office Box 511, Rutherfordton, 28139. We want to program what you want to hear. Thank you very much.
Boo! Say boo to the flu. This is Lauren with Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City. Make sure the flu doesn't come and get you. Be prepared with the flu immunization, which you can get Monday through Friday from Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City. It's no cost with most insurances.
24 hours, 7 days a week, you can pick up your favorite programs on AM 59 and on Northland Cable Channel 5.
Carolina basketball is brought to you by Granville Towers, the place to be at UNC. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Your local Sherwin-Williams. Ask Sherwin-Williams how to make the most of your color with the very best paint. And by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Once again, Dave Nathan.
Tar Heel fans need health information day or night? You got it. Make a fast break to Blue Connect online from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Find a doctor or urgent care, compare medical costs, and get medical advice 24/7. Plans you want, tools you want. You got it. Live fearless. Before we hear from Larry Hunter, a little bit of late-breaking news concerning Seventh Woods. This has just been posted on Twitter from Carolina's official account. He's got a stress fracture in his left foot. He won't need surgery, but is out indefinitely, so that's the prognosis going ahead for Seventh Woods. Stress fracture in his left foot. Surgery not needed, but again, out indefinitely. From that news to this, Larry Hunter, he's been on the sidelines for an awful long time. His career spanned over 40 years as either a head coach or an assistant. Having led 3 different programs, he's closing in on his 700th win. As an assistant, he's got ties to the ACC from his days at NC State from 2001 to 2005 before he took over at his current destination. Larry Hunter, standing by right now with Adam Lucas.
Coach, a quick turnaround for your team getting over here to Chapel Hill. What were you able to accomplish in the limited amount of time since y'all last played a game?
Well, it's amazing what we've gotten done in the last 36 hours or so. We had an early practice yesterday before we left, and gave the scouting report. We did some things on the bus with handouts and a little video on the TV in the bus. Got in kind of after dinner. It was late last night. Did a little walkthrough at the hotel. Had a walkthrough after breakfast this morning. Came over, had a workout, and that's kind of we got our game plan set. So they're a very, very good basketball team. So we just really also tried to just put some focus on us. And we have, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, in the last 2.5 weeks we played, this is the third top 15 type team we played. So we've gone against some length, played some very talented people, as is North Carolina. And so I don't know if that's going to be a good experience or a bad experience, but we're going to have our hands full tonight. Let's be honest about it.
Your team's really shot the ball well from the three-point line. What have you liked about the shots you've been getting around the arc?
Well, I really like my team, and I think with Doris Parks, Anno Steger, of course our freshman Matt Halvorsen, Devin Peterson, we've got a better shooting core than we've had the last couple of years. And what's really helped us, though, to be honest with you, is the development of our inside game. That's people early in the season were really just sitting on our perimeter guys, and as our inside people have demanded a little bit more attention and they're started scoring better, it's forced people to help inside, which has opened up some shooting opportunities on the perimeter. As you well know, you got to have some good inside-outside balance, and that's making us a better offensive team. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do that against the athletes and length of Carolina, but when we get back in our league, of course, playing Appy, they're a team similar to us, used to be in our league. We were able to execute probably better than what we'll probably be able to do against some of their length and pressure tonight.
Tar Heel fans will see a familiar face on your bench with Jackson Simmons. What has he added to your staff here this season?
Well, Jackson is a terrific individual, number one, and going to be a terrific young coach. It's a coaching family. Cy and Cindy both were outstanding coaches. I think both of them out of it. Now I think Cy has just jumped back in it to his father. But just great family. And Jackson, today, on the trip over here, of course, we came over and got a little tour early this morning of the new locker room renovations, offices, and got to see Coach Williams. It was nice to see the two of them have a nice embrace and a little conversation. And, Miss Angie, who showed us around some of the support people here at Carolina, they all know Jackson. So, his fingerprint still works in some of the secure areas. So he was kind of showing that off a little bit. But obviously he's very proud to be a Tar Heel and to have played here and to be able to come back and, and show us around a little bit too.
With your background, you, of course, have a long history with North Carolina, know a lot about them. As you've watched them on tape this week, what similarities and differences do you see to maybe the teams you saw when you were scouting them for NC State?
Well, I've seen 3 games, and I think they're really evolving. Early on when I saw them against, it was Michigan State, they weren't in sync real well. But since then, they have really turned it up. The performance last week against Michigan was terrific. I mean, that was a handily. They blew them out and just kind of called the dogs off at the end. But they've got Luke May. He gives them a great dimension, of course, with Barry and Pinson and their other players. I mean, they got great depth. It's just a matter of putting it all together. They're going to be a national contender again before it's all said and done with Roy and his staff. With the pride they have in the program, they're going to be a tough out for people.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Texting while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. That's like driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. And nearly 50% of teens and young adults admit to texting while driving. I'm joining Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents to urge you to put the phones down when driving. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at TrustedChoice.com.
To learn more, visit your local Trusted Choice Independent Agency, Main Street Insurance Agency in Charlotte, Forest City, and Tryon, or go to MainStreetINS.com.
What's wrong with the bride's feet?
You mean the cement shoes?
She's an insurance agent with a provider that doesn't give their agents much freedom.
She should have become a Trusted Choice independent agent.
Totally. Go get 'em, Lisa.
Trusted Choice independent agents have the freedom others don't to shop multiple providers to find you a better plan. Trusted Choice, free to do what's right for you.
To learn more, visit your local Trusted Choice independent agency, Mountain Valley Insurance Services in Marion, or email Crystal at httsmvi@hotmail.com.
North Carolina's 26 electric cooperatives recognize the best classroom projects and the teachers who create them through the Bright Ideas Education Grant Program. These grants provide funding for creative projects in grades K through 12. Congratulations to our Bright Ideas Tar Heel Teacher of the Week, Regina Washington of Maysville Elementary in Jones County. Her project, Breaking the Code, is sponsored by Jones Onslow EMC in Jacksonville. If you're a teacher with a bright idea, visit ncbrightideas.com.
O'Reilly. At O'Reilly Auto Parts, you're guaranteed to get the everyday low price on the parts you need. Our guaranteed low prices ensure you're always getting our best deal. In fact, we'll match any local auto parts store's price on any like item. We have the parts you need at prices you can be sure of at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
60 miles of sun, surf, and sand are not the only things Myrtle Beach, South Carolina has to offer. Find out more about fun-filled water parks, exciting outdoor activities, and so much more. Come, play, stay, and dine in the Myrtle Beach area and see what everyone else is talking about. For the latest deals and to plan your trip, go to visitmyrtlebeach.com. Come relax and unwind on Myrtle Beach time.
Just like a basketball game, every second counts when you're saving for college. That's why it's so important to start an NC 529 plan as soon as you can. You can start with as little as $25 and your earnings are tax-free when your student uses the money for college. All you have to do is sign up. Visit nc529.org and start saving today. The NC 529 College Savings Plan. We're with you every step of the way.
One of the hottest things going on in automobile world today is the fuel-efficient Ford Escape from Sisk Family Ford. You get more value for your money with the Ford Escape, and you'll appreciate the comfort and the value in this remarkable automobile. Try one on for comfort today at Sisk Family Ford, and whenever you need top-of-the-line service on any automobile you own, be sure to bring it to the experts at Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
It's our keys to the game, Carolina and Western Carolina, coming up on a Wednesday night from Learfield.
You know, auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
Have you heard the three big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. Again, that's 287-3338.
Getting your taxes done efficiently and precisely are so important. The least mistake can hurt you terribly. Take the stress off your tax preparation this year with the professional accounting services of Roger Jolly and Central Tax Services. Central Tax offers electronic filing, multi-state returns, and what we all like, fast refunds. 44 years experience. Turn to the tax service professionals. That's Central Tax Service on Oak Street in Forest City, or give them a call at 245-0557.
Boo!
Say boo to the flu. This is Lauren with Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City. Make sure the flu doesn't come and get you. Be prepared with the flu immunization, which you can get Monday through Friday from Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City. It's no cost with most insurances.
Mr. and Mrs. Business Owners, get your better return from your marketing dollars with the Sales and Advertising Department at WCAB. Get triple coverage from AM 590, Northland Cable Channel 5, and the World Wide Web. It works. Call Tracy or Jim.
287-3356.
This is a national health alert from the 24/7 Diabetic Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one has diabetes, we have important news. If you lost your supplier or if you need one, you may qualify to receive diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. Call right now and you will also receive a free pedometer as our special gift to you.
Call 800-373-4379. That's 800-373-4379. Call 800-373-4379.
Tar Heel Basement Systems, to create a dry, healthy environment below their feet. Check us out for all things basementing at TarHeelBasementSystems.com. That's TarHeelBasementSystems.com.
Carolina basketball is brought to you by State Farm, a home court advantage wherever you are. Get an agent that gets you at 1-800-STATE-FARM. Wells Fargo, together we'll go far. Werner Ladder, rise above the rest with Werner Ladders. Verizon, the best network with the best unlimited. And by UNC Healthcare. This is Carolina basketball.
And this is part two of the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Jones is standing by right now with Coach Williams. Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. For a dealer near you, just go to ContinentalTire.com.
It's the first meeting since the championship season for the Tar Heels back in 1957 between Carolina and the Catamounts of Western Carolina. I'm with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Roy Williams, inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, Catamounts come in just 3-6, but they have played a tough schedule. They've been on the road to see Clemson, Cincinnati, Minnesota, some really good teams. What has caught your attention in preparing for tonight's opponent?
Well, you're right. You shouldn't look at the record because most people are going to lose at the places where they've been going. But Larry Hunter really does a nice job. He's a coach's coach. He's been around doing it a long time. I have a great deal of respect for him. Even was able to help me hire Justin Jackson this summer for me, so Justin's working with him as well. Excuse me, Jackson Simmons, not Justin. Justin Jackson's in the NBA, but Jackson Simmons, good gosh, Roy. But he hired Jackson, and so I'm very appreciative of that. But Larry really does a nice job. Their club has a good mix. They're big guys, not that big, 6'7", but he's really gifted inside, takes the ball, the basket, gets fouled. They have number two that can really shoot the basketball very, very well. So they have some good parts, and for us, we're trying to make sure that we focus on what we do and not think that much about the other team. But we need to have a good game because we have an 11-day break, and you don't want to play poorly and have the coach going at you for 11 days before you get to play again.
It'll be December 17th in Knoxville against a good Tennessee team next time the Tar Heels take the floor. But tonight, it's Carolina and Western Carolina. Coach, as always, thank you for your time. Best of luck.
Okay, Jones, thank you.
That brings us to tonight's tools to a Carolina victory, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Guys, Eric and I have talked about this as well. The only way that Western can stay in this game is by hitting a ton of threes here tonight.
I'm just going post defense. I think Carolina, as we talked about earlier, Western doesn't necessarily have a big post threat, but I think just Carolina wants to continue to improve in that area. Eric, they can take a step in that direction tonight.
Yeah, I think that regardless of what Western Carolina does, it has to revolve around their shooting. And I think the biggest key for Carolina tonight will be controlling tempo, because if they can get out, get some easy baskets, mitigate some of that hot shooting that Western Carolina may have early on, they'll be in fine shape.
Tools to Victory, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Compare doctors and healthcare facilities at Blue Connect, the online tool to manage your health. Plans you want, tools you want, you got it. Live fearless. Carolina and Western Carolina, the second ever meeting between the two, starts right after this from Learfield.
This year, Santa wants you to be specific on your wish list. So don't just ask for a new phone, ask for it on Verizon. Because a gift is only as good as the network it's on. And Verizon is America's most awarded network ever. That's why more people count on it. Oh, Santa also wants you to put out gluten-free cookies.
Nice try, Mother Nature. Rain, sleet, snow.
Rookie moves. It's game day, and I'm not some fair weather fan. Give me all you got. Nothing stands between me and my team.
The 2017 Nissan Rogue. Available with intelligent all-wheel drive for the not-so-fair-weather fans. Take on today. Nissan, proud partner of college athletics.
From sun to rain to snow, Continental Tire's Extreme Contact DWS 06 is the ideal all-season tire for what you do. Quick view indicators visually inform drivers to the level tires are performing in dry, wet, and snow conditions, while Sport Plus technology enhances grip on wet roads and provides precise steering for maximum control. For more information, visit us at ContinentalTire.com. Continental Tire, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Across our state, we're listening to customers like you, and we're working hard to build the brighter energy future you and your family deserve. That's why we're making smart investments to improve reliability and prevent outages, to recycle coal ash and use more clean, renewable energy like solar, and above all, keep energy affordable now and in the years ahead. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Welcome to Wells Fargo.
So we love those home improvement shows.
They'll do these great renovations,
but never talk about how to finance them.
Mm-hmm. Well, our My Credit Options Guide tool can help. It gives you a customized comparison based on the information you provide to help you discover which credit options might be right for you.
At last.
A better kitchen.
Wells Fargo is building better every day with a new way to compare credit options. My Credit Options Guide is not a credit application or meant to be a denial or approval of credit. Regardless of the results of the assessment, you may still apply for any of our credit products. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Ranking among the nation's top teams year after year means you're always preparing for the next big challenge. At Koch Industries, we challenge ourselves every day to help improve household technologies, energy efficiency, access to clean water, and much more. For the team at Koch, the quest for better never stops. See for yourself at kochchallenge.com.
This year, Santa wants you to be specific on your wish list. So don't just ask for a new phone, ask for it on Verizon. Because a gift is only as good as the network it's on. And Verizon is America's most awarded network ever. That's why more people count on it. Oh, Santa also wants you to put out gluten-free cookies.
Lights just now going off in the Smith Center. Starting lineup for the Tar Heels about to be announced. Let us do the same. Thanks so much for being with us. It's the second meeting between Carolina and Western Carolina. Jones Angel, Eric Montross with you in our Nissan courtside seats. Let's start off with the Catamounts under the direction of Larry Hunter in his 37th year overall as a head coach, 13th at Western. He was also a longtime assistant coach at NC State under Herb Sendek. Larry Hunter comes in his squad 3-6 overall through 9 games, but off a win last time out at home against App, 72-71. Leading scorer is Matt Halverson in the backcourt, 6'1" freshman from Kingsport, Tennessee, averaging nearly 12 points per game. 77% of his shots are three-pointers. Joining him in the backcourt, Darius Parks, 64% of his shots are threes. Parks is a fifth-year senior out of Charlotte. He's averaging 10.5 points per contest, coming off a 20-point game against Appalachian State. Up front for the Catamounts, Habubakar Mutombo. He is Dikembe Mutombo's nephew, 6'5", fifth-year senior from Ontario, Canada. He was the leading scorer last year for Western, but only averaging about 3.5 points per contest this season. Mike Amius, 6'7" junior, a transfer from North Platte Community College, averaging 9.5 points and 4.5 rebounds per game. He had 19 points, including the game-winning dunk against Appalachian State on Monday. And the fifth starter, Mark Gosselin, 6'7" junior, originally from France, 8 points and a team-high 6 rebounds per contest. Now for the Tar Heels, 8-1 through 9 games. Number 11 in the latest AP poll, 10th in the coaches poll. Of course, Roy Williams is the Hall of Fame head coach. A win tonight for Carolina would give Coach Williams 1,100 wins on the college level as an assistant and as a head coach. And he and his staff will stick with the regular starting five. Joel Berry, 6-foot senior from Apopka, Florida, had 13 points on 4 of 10 shooting last time out against Tulane. He's joined in the backcourt by Kenny Williams, 6'4 junior, Midlothian, Virginia. Kenny, 5 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 3 from 3 last time against the Green Wave. Finished with 13 points, all in the first half. He's averaging 13.5 per contest. Theo Pinsons led the team in assists 6 times in 9 games. 6'6 senior from Greensboro, averaging a career high in points, rebounds, and assists. Luke May, what a year for Luke so far. The reigning ACC Player of the Week. The 6'8 junior from Huntersville, coming off the 3-game stretch that earned him that award of averaging 24.3 points, 11 rebounds, better than 2 assists, and almost 2 blocks per game. And the 5th starter is Garrison Brooks, the 6'9 freshman from Lafayette, Alabama. Garrison, nice outing last time against Tulane, 8 points, 5 rebounds in 16 minutes. Carolina will be wearing its home white with Carolina blue, numbers, letters, and trim. The Argyle down the side. Western Carolina in road purple tonight with gold, numbers, letters, and trim. The 3 officials this evening, Tim Clockerty, Jeb Hartness, and Tony Green. It will be Tim Clockerty in between Amius and Brooks. Ball still being slapped between both teams. And eventually Western Carolina chases it down, and we'll start with the ball first. Kenny Williams checking to Reese Parks as he brings it right through the center of the jump circle. Over to Mutombo, right wing, back to Parks, left side. Goes left corner to Gosselin. He'll bounce to a cutting Parks. Extra pass, right side of the lane. Goes to Mutombo, and he banks it in. So Western jumps up on top, getting an easy layup about 25 seconds into the game. May, low left block, is triple team, so he sends it out to Barry. His straightaway three's no good. Rebound to Western Carolina. Catamounts head the other way with a 2-0 lead. Williams again waits for Parks as he brings it front side. Halverson has it now, deep left sideline. Up top to Mutombo. Right wing to Parks. Holding it chest high, dribbles left-handed to the top of the key. Over to Gosselin, his long three. Rattles around, hits the backboard, and spins in. So, Western Carolina with a 5-0 lead here early on the Tar Heels. Kenny Williams over to Barry, right side, dumps it in the post to Brooks. He puts it up with the hook shot, can't get it to go. But the whistle blows, and Tony Green tells us the foul's on Mike Amius. That is the first foul on either team. And it will put Garrison Brooks to the line. Brooks has struggled at the stripe here as of late, just 1 of 6 in the last 2 games.
He's got a pretty compact shot, Brooks does. He misses this one hard off the backboard, but he'll bounce back. He'll have the second one in just a moment. You know, so far for Western Carolina, the good news is that when you look at, if you're a Western Carolina fan, which we recognize most of our listeners probably are not, but if you are, you've scored inside and outside. Brooks hits the second free throw. Carolina trying to utilize that inside balance, use some of the height advantage they have today, but thus far been unable to connect.
Kenny Williams picks up full court. Parks just now crossing the timeline. Goes right sideline to Mutombo, who has a bucket here early on. 5-1 after Brooks hit that second free throw. Tar Heels down 4. Kenny Williams disrupts a handoff pass, but Western able to keep possession until there's an illegal screen, and that is on Amius. And so he picks up 2 quick fouls, not even, just over 90 seconds into the game. So Amius, who had 19 in the win over App State, and is averaging almost 10 per contest, has 2 fouls, and he's staying in the game.
Amius has a quick backdoor pass to Barry.
Missed it, though, and then Luke May couldn't get the stick back to go. Loose ball reject by Halverson. A couple of good looks there by Carolina, just neither went in. Tar Heels still don't have a field goal, down 5-1. Halverson picks up his dribble. He's in a heap load of trouble. Barry closes in, is able to get it on the left baseline where Amius misses a 2-handed dunk. I believe it was Kenny Williams who flew at him to bother it. Tar Heels the other direction. May lobs it down to Brooks. Kind of tapped it off the backboard and then brings it in and lays it home.
Well, Brooks, I believe, and you could have assumed that Luke May was going to shoot that basketball, but instead a really good pass to the corner of the backboard. And if you're passing to a big guy down low, that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for the corner of the backboard. It gives somebody a chance to get way up above the defender.
Halverson, fall-away jumper, no good as Barry challenged the shot. Rebound, Pinson had it poked out of his hands, tried to save it on the baseline, but does so to Western. Amius drives left side, his shot altered at the rim. Garrison Brooks comes down with the rebound. Tar Heels down 5-3, but on the move. Barry, right to the top of the key. Quickly right side to Williams. Down low to May. Easy hook shot over the top of Gosselin for two.
Well, Amius already with 2 fouls. Gosselin was not in a position to really affect that shot. Luke May picked it up quick and early right there against the block and had little resistance because his momentum was carrying him. Would have been a foul if there was much contesting done by Gosselin.
Gracious. Parks just dribbled in the center jump circle till there was 15 on the shot clock. Gets it to Gosselin, back to Parks. Step back three, way too strong. Hit the left side of the backboard, shot it from the right. Push ahead, Barry to May for the pretty two.
I tell you, that was a threading of the needle too. I mean, that was a 60-foot pass by Barry, and it was in traffic perfectly into the hands of Luke May in stride. Never had to turn the gas off to get that one.
So Western scored the first 5. Carolina scored the next 7. Tar Heels up by 2. Catamounts with the basketball, and they fumble it out of bounds. Gosselin loses it off his leg over the baseline, and Western Carolina, I believe, has taken a timeout. That will be the case. So the Catamounts take a timeout. They're going to go ahead and stretch that to the 16-minute break with 16 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the first half. Western scored 5 straight. Tar Heels have scored the next 7. Carolina up by 2 early on in the Smith Center. Today's game brought to you by Butterball. Hey, Butterball, thanks for your support of Carolina Athletics. Tar Heels up by 2 from Learfield.
Texting while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. That's like driving the length of a basketball court 3 times with your eyes closed. And nearly 50% of teens and young adults admit to texting while driving. I'm joining Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents to urge you to put down the phones when driving. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com.
To learn more, visit your local Trusted Choice Independent Agency, Mountain Valley Insurance Services in Marion, or email Crystal at httsmvi@hotmail.com.
Hello? Yeah, I'd like to update my insurance policy and see if I can save, are you there?
Sorry, my hands are tied. Literally. I work for one provider.
Oh.
If your insurance agent is tied down, are you sure you're getting the right price or coverage? Trusted Choice Independent agents have the freedom to competitively shop many providers to find you great prices on the coverage options you need.
To learn more, visit your local Trusted Choice Independent Agency, Main Street Insurance Agency in Charlotte, Forest City, and Tryon, or go to mainstreetins.com.
We've reached it, the point where the only way to make Tuesdays any better is by having more boneless wings. That's why here at Buffalo Wild Wings, we've invented Boneless Tuesdays. It's a celebration where if you order boneless wings at full price, you'll get another of the same size for free. This works for dine-in or takeout. Every little bit counts. And on Tuesdays, every boneless wing counts as 2. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Prices and participation vary. Valid only on Tuesdays while supplies last. Tax and gratuity extra. Additional restrictions apply. See participating location for details.
Tar Heels 7, Western Carolina 5. That pass by Barry. Boy, it's our big assist of the game, brought to you by Crumley Roberts, personal injury lawyers serving North Carolina. At Crumley Roberts, they'll stand up for you. Eric told you. I mean, it was a big-time push-ahead pass by Barry. Good 40, 50 feet down the court, right in stride to May for the easy layup, as pretty as they come there on the fast break. Eric, let's get to our UNC Healthcare Know Your Stats feature, brought to you by UNC Healthcare and My UNC Chart. You can keep track of your stats with My UNC Chart. Visit myunchart.org to sign up. We'll talk about it in a second. But the point is, Carolina has 3 assists on 3 made field goals. Kenny Williams has the ball left corner, sends it left wing to Pinson, down low to May. Had it tipped away, recovers, sends it to Kenny Williams, who buries the deep left corner triple.
Well, boy, I'll tell you, Jones, we've talked about it a lot this year. When Carolina looks their best, it's because of their ball movement. And that time, the ball never spent more than just a split second in the hands of the Heels, and finally dumped off for May's second assist into the hands of Kenny Williams, who has been lights out shooting the ball beyond 50% from 3 this season.
First points tonight for Kenny makes it 10-5. Mutombo with the basketball over to Gosselin. His long guarded 3 off the front iron. Barry chases down the rebound at the top of the key. Waits for traffic to clear as he gets into the front court. And as he was doing that, Amius ran up his back, and that's his third. So Amius, who has fouled out one time this year, I mean, he just picked up his third with 15 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first half. So he will now check out as Carolina has the advantage. So that's a new rule this year, but the clock was above 20, so now the Tar Heels have the basketball. Shot clock's down to 16 right now. Luke May, jab step, long three, rattles around and falls on home.
Tell you what, you can tell when you watch a defender how much they respect you, because if you give them a little fake and they go for it immediately, and that's what happened with Luke May, and just gave him enough breathing room, 2 or 3 feet, to pop the three-pointer.
13-5. Luke May quietly already has 7 as there's a high arcing tough three by Mutombo from straight away. Brooks had challenged the shot. Mutombo was still able to drop it in. 13-8. Barry fires a pass to Pinson on the left wing. Still outside the arc. Finds Kenny Williams off a screen. Straight away triple is good. Williams has 2 triples. May has a 3. Carolina missed its first 3 shots, but now has hit 6 in a row, including those 3 from distance. 16-8. Tar Heels on top. 14-17 to go first half. Mutombo between the circles, guarded by Pinson. He'll back up and call a play. Sticks up his right forefinger and pinky finger. Lobs a pass. High post to Gosselin. Tried to push it over on the right sideline. Taken away by Kenny Williams and lays it up over Gosselin in transition.
Well, how many times have we seen Kenny Williams absorb contact this year and do it just in stride at full speed? He's got such good control. You see it defensively, and here's another tip away.
He did it again. That time he couldn't quite gather in the steal. He did knock over the TV monitor of Wes Durham, who's doing the TV broadcast today. Of course, Wes, Woody's son. But everybody's okay. Kenny will head to the bench as Carolina is bringing in a couple subs. Playtech and Manley. It was Williams and Brooks who sat down. So the 5 on the floor, Barry, Playtech, Pinson, May, and Manley. Tar Heels up by 10, 18-8. Ono Steger is in for the first time, a sophomore out of Upper Arlington, Ohio. He's checked in for Western Carolina. Catamounts have the ball left baseline. Kick it out to the right elbow. A 15-foot jump shot short by Brooks, but Western recovers the offensive rebound. Long 2-point jumper taken by Maurice Smith, who just checked in, is no good. Pinson with the rebound, with the drive, with the dish, and Manley with the flush.
You know, and Theo is so good in that situation. He was on the left side of the court, gave a quick crossover about top of the three-point line, saw Sterling Manley inside low, and just went right around the defenders. A nice little underhand pass right into the hands.
Barry is right in the face of Maurice Parks as he tries to start the offense. Finally, Western is able to get it over on the left side to Steger. Drive by May, but missed the layup. May with the board. Push ahead all the way down the court to Playtech. He's the only white jersey down there. Pump faked about 3 times.
Four Catamounts were trying to block his shot.
He finally did have it blocked out of bounds. He was pumped. He'd look around, say, hey, is anybody coming? Pump, look around. Finally, he thought he'd shoot it, and it was sent over the baseline.
You know, he had 2 baskets this season where he was inside, kind of amongst the trees. Gave that pretty effective pump fake, and he scored. I'm not sure. I think the deck was stacked against him on that one.
Barry with 20 on the shot clock. Up high to Brandon Robinson, who just checked in. Over to Playtech, trying to go down low to Manley, and there's a foul in the post. Adam Sled, a sophomore from Roanoke, Virginia, who just entered the game for Western, picks up the foul, trying to defend Manley in the post. So the shot clock will reset to 20. 12:41 to go in the first half. Tar Heels up 20-8. The Heels have outscored Western 20-3 after the Catamounts led 5-0 early on. Barry top left, down low to Manley in the post. His hook shot is a little short. Rebound ripped down by Maurice Smith for the Catamounts. Manley had good position, just couldn't quite finish on the shot. Parks, step back 3 over the challenge by Playtech, no good. Luke May with the rebound. Head up, he kicks it ahead to Brandon Robinson, and then Robinson literally kicks it as he dribbled it off his foot, turned it over to Western Carolina, and then he fouled after doing so. So not a happy birthday so far for Brandon Robinson on that one. It's December 6th is his birthday, but a turnover and a quick foul for the sophomore from Douglasville, Georgia.
And that's the first turnover for Carolina. Western Carolina has 3 turnovers this evening. It's not been, 3 turnovers in the first 7.5 minutes is not a great number for Western Carolina, but I think it's something that North Carolina believes they can really feast on if they can get this this pace ramped up even more.
Shalik Felton has entered the game for the Tar Heels. Meanwhile, Maurice Smith has his shot blocked by Luke May. It bounces off of Smith and out of bounds. And that will take us to the 12-minute timeout. In fact, the clock right at 12 minutes here in half number 1. Oh, some of the holiday jingle bells there from Ben Alexander, our chief network engineer. So far, it's been all
bringing the spirit.
Been all treat so far, Eric, for the Heels. Up 20-8, 8 minutes gone by. At StubHub, every Tar Heel ticket is 100% guaranteed. You'll find the best selection of tickets anywhere. StubHub, the official secondary ticketing partner of Carolina Athletics. Eric, what do you think so far? Tar Heels 8 of 13 from the field, 7 assists on those 8 made field goals, and up 20-8.
Well, I think it's really been about that. Carolina's offense has been very fluid. They've been in motion. They've done the things they needed to do well. Half court, they're making shots. They're pushing tempo off of a rebounding lead of 9-5. And this early in the game, they're already starting to establish a presence defensively, really trying to force Western Carolina to turn the ball over.
Tar Heels have 4 subs and Pinson on the floor, and Pinson has his pocket picked by Maurice Smith. So a couple of turnovers here as of late for Carolina has slowed down the offense that Eric was talking about.
Yeah, just a little too much dribbling. Theo was out there kind of messing around with it.
20-8 the score. Desmond Johnson into the game for Western, has it right baseline, comes up the sideline, gives it to Halverson, gets caught underneath, is able to get lucky and find Johnson on the bounce pass, but then as he dishes off to Smith, the Western Carolina sophomore travels going to the hoop. 11:23 to go in the first half. It's Felton, Playtech, Pinson, Robinson, and Manley on the floor for Carolina. Robinson has it left sideline between the circles to Playtech. Quickly right side to Felton. Overhead pass down low to Manley on the right block. Trying to back in, double team coming, crosses across the paint to Playtech, out to Felton for 3.
Good in-rhythm shot. The thing that Sterling Manley did that set him up in a position to not be able to convert after that pass to the post, so he just set up too far outside the paint.
Playtech rips down, knocks the ball away from Johnson, but he recovers, kicks it in the left corner. Shot missed there by Halverson. Tar Heels on the break. Robinson to Playtech, back to Robinson, and he's fouled going to the rim. Foul is on Desmond Johnson, his first, team foul number 5, and Brandon Robinson, who has only attempted 3 free throws this year. He's made them all. Last attempt was the Arkansas game, and he'll go there for 2 shots.
The thing that's got Western Carolina a little bit frazzled right now as Robinson makes his first free throw, and there are a number of subs we'll catch you up on in just a moment, but is the fact that right now for Carolina, 4 of the 5 players, if they get a rebound, can push the ball. And that happened even when Garrison Brooks at the beginning, anybody that gets a rebound pushes it, and then it is a feast. And it's just a fast pace right down to the rim, and Western Carolina can't keep up.
Western led 5-0. It's 25-3 since Carolina, and Catamounts throw the ball out of bounds. Tar Heels tipped it, though, into the Carolina bench, so Western will keep possession. 10:33 to go in the first half. Tar Heels up 25-8. First meeting between these two since the 1957 season. Carolina trying to double up the ball handler Johnson. He's able to get free. Ends up in the hands left corner of Steger. He misses the triple. Rebound knocked way up in the air. Recovered by Western, and then an offensive foul as Adam Sled trying to back in against Pinson after gathering the rebound. Drilled Theo with his shoulder, and that's the second foul on Sled. Team foul number 6. So the next foul on the Catamounts will put the Heels at the line for the 1-1. 25-8 the score. Carolina in control here early. Felton brings it up the court right side. One-handed pass between the circles to Pinson. Right back to Felton. Right back to Pinson. Top pass in there and then thought better of it, so he tried to hold up, and the ball slipped out of his hands and kind of trickled its way to Manley. And then the travel was called after that. Tar Heels with some scramble defense. Western able to get it over on the left side for a long 2-point jumper that's missed by Steger. Tar Heels with the rebound. Robinson behind the back dribble as he comes front court. Goes to the left wing, bounces it over on the top right to Kenny Williams. Picks up his dribble, floats it to Felton right side. Up high to Brandon Robinson. Thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Hands it back to Felton. His long shot is good. Felton, who made a 3 last game, is now 2 for 2 from behind the arc tonight. He had missed his last 3 3-pointers before a make against Tulane on Sunday afternoon. That makes it 28-8. Felton already with 6, and then he steals the ball away from Desmond Johnson on the other side. Felton comes up left, behind the back dribble to get to the middle of the court. Drops it off right corner to Robinson. Drives in, sends it out to Pinson. He'll scoop it to Felton. Pump fake for 3, right back to Theo. He'll try the triple, pops out. Manley, oh my goodness, takes a big tumble as he skies for the rebound. And he stays down for a moment and is helped up by his teammates. Manley went way up, and Desmond Johnson not trying to do anything dirty, just Johnson and also Steger kind of undercut Manley when he went up, and they fell in a heap, the 3 of them together. Manley was going to be checked out by Huffman, but that was a team foul number 7 on Western, so Manley has to stay in for the 1-and-1.
Yeah, he was lucky that there was a heap right there because he landed on a few Catamount players, which really broke the fall. But, you know, Sterling's had some good minutes. I think he's doing some good things. Right now, with Theo and Luke and Joel and Kenny in the game, I think this score is getting ready to skyrocket with 4 of your 5 starters back in. And I'm trying to see Huffman to check in, so you still won't have all 5 of your starters, but I think this game is getting ready to jump.
Tar Heels up 20. Manley did miss the free throw, where he struggled a little bit at the line. All the Tar Heel bigs struggled on Sunday against Tulane from the line. Free throw line jumper by Sled, pops around, doesn't go, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by the Catamounts. Here comes Huffman for Manley. So as Eric told you, Tar Heels with 4 of their 5 starters and really the 4 stalwarts of this team to this point. Barry, Williams, Pinson, and May on the floor, along with Brandon Huffman, the rookie from Goldsboro. Carolina plus 20 and with the basketball. Kenny Williams deep on the right sideline. Left-handed dribble to get to the top. Kenny looks inside, instead good.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Right now, his shot is looking really good. He's perfect from behind the arc. 3 of 3. He came into tonight shooting 5th lineup.
6 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the first half. Tar Heels were down 5-0. Since then, it has been all Carolina. 33-10 the score with 6:17 to go first half. Granville Towers, longtime partner of the Heels, sells out every year. Still the place to be at UNC. Carolina up 23, 6:17 to go first half from Learfield.
Hey, it's me, Kim, the matchmaker. The Carolina Ford dealers want to match one lucky person with $30,000 towards a new Ford Fusion or Escape. Just enter the Perfect Match giveaway at FordPerfectMatch.com for your chance to drive home in a brand new Ford.
No purchase or payment necessary to enter to win. Must be at least 18 years or old with a valid driver's license. Sweepstakes begins 6/30/17 and ends 4/30/18. Void or prohibited. See official rules at FordPerfectMatch.com/rules.aspx for prize descriptions, odds, and full entry details.
Continental Tire's Terrain Contact AT is the ideal all-terrain tire for CUV, SUV, and light trucks, and will get you to the game or anywhere else you need to go. Traction Plus technology gives you the durability to conquer dirt, gravel, and grass, while also providing a quiet, comfortable ride. This tire strikes the perfect balance between off-road traction and on-road manners. Visit ContinentalTire.com for more details. Continental Tire, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
At UNC Physicians Network, we believe exceptional healthcare is providing a personalized and unique patient experience, like counseling and healthcare advocates, and quality visits with our doctors. We call ourselves a network, but we're really a dedicated family of doctors, ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and your loved ones. You see, we believe in treating your family like, well, family. Visit UNC Physicians Network at uncpn.com.
Western Carolina was up 5-0. Since then, Carolina went on a 33-3 run that included the middle of that run. And that is why the score is now as lopsided as it is, 33-10. Carolina with 6:17 to go in the half. Western Carolina is just 4 of 20 from the field, including 2 of their last 18 after making their first 2 buckets. Carolina will come out of the timeout with Berry, Williams, Robinson, May, and Huffman. And Western Carolina has the basketball. Coming front court, Parks bounces it top left to Yellum Olshai. He passes over left corner to Parks, missed the three, rebound to Carolina. I think it was Kenny Williams who came out of the scrum with it. He'll bring it front court. Goes up high to May. Push ahead into the front court to Berry, taken away by Western Carolina. 5 minutes to go first half. Tar Heels now up to 7 turnovers as the jump shot is made right side for 2 by Gosselin.
One of the things you do when the offense is flowing this easily as a player, you get it's such a subtle move. It's almost subconscious. You get a little bit cavalier in your passing.
May open for a straightaway three. What do you think happened?
7 of 9 is now what the Tar Heels are from behind the arc. 7 of 9 tonight in just 15 and a half minutes of play.
May already with 12 points and 5 rebounds. Kenny Williams has 11 points. Those two players are combined 9 of 10 from the field. Good defense by the big man Huffman up high, not allowing Olshai to drive, but he's able to find a teammate cutting to the hoop for 2. Carolina, in a blink of an eye, though, on the other side, gets it to Kenny Williams for the layup. Carolina 38, Western Carolina 14. 4 minutes to play first half. Pinson comes back to the scorer's table for the Heels. Gosselin trying to move on May. His hook shot won't go, right baseline. Huffman with the board, he gets it to Kenny Williams. Skips it ahead to Berry. Berry knifing into the paint, banks it home.
Berry did a nice job. Right at the very end of that move, as he cut through the paint, he just dug his shoulder into the defender just enough to give him some balance and some resistance to go up and give him space to put that ball softly off the backboard.
It's now 40-14. Peterson on the drive, cut off, bounces right corner, an air ball on a three there from Parks. Tar Heels the other direction. Kenny Williams tries to get it ahead to Huffman. The big fella was able to save it over the baseline, but to a Catamount.
You know, it just seems like Carolina's forcing the Catamounts to shoot more quickly, even not just in the flow of their offense, but even when they catch the ball, they're almost concerned to get rid of it. And I'm not sure if that's just the pace of this game that has bled over to how the Catamounts play. They're not a team that typically plays as fast as what they're seeing tonight, or what we're seeing out of them tonight.
And a three-pointer made by Parks from the right corner, as then there's a foul on the other side. Joel Berry was fouled. Personal is on Devin Peterson. It's team foul number 8, so Berry will have a 1-and-1 after this timeout. Carolina's gotten a little sloppy here. 8 turnovers now for the Heels, but the score is sloppy as well. 40-17. Carolina on top with 2:47 to go in the first half. Carolina up big. Berry to the free throw line after this break from Learfield.
I know what I want from my energy company. I want to know that my power is always on and that my energy is cleaner, safer, and affordable. That's why, as a Duke Energy lineman, I'm working hard to make that possible. I feel honored to serve our community. It's a good feeling knowing that I'm helping to build a smarter, reliable energy